Hey everyone, it's Mirella here, and I'm in Rebel Femme Salon in Mission Viejo, California, and today I'm going to show you how to do an upstyle on shoulder length hair. So lots of times stylists will ask me what types of upstyles should I do for shoulder length hair? Because the reality is most of your clientele has about shoulder length hair and they don't have this long glorious hair to work on, or they don't even bring extensions in for you to work on. So I've come up with some really easy ways for you to do some upstyles on shoulder length hair, and then that way you can customize it however you like for you and your client. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and curl Yesenia's hair, and I'm actually gonna prepare it with some 1-inch curls more towards the top, and then underneath with a 1 1/4 inch barrel. So today I'm gonna be using the Color Maintenance Thermal Spray from Kenra Professional, and the reason why I'm gonna be using this is because she does have kind of a smoky silver finish on her hair, and I really wanna make sure that her color is gonna retain through all of the thermal styling that we're gonna be doing, as well as it has a medium to light hold of 11, which is great for this type of style that I'm gonna be creating on her. So we decided that we are going to be doing kind of a messy side low bun for her shoulder length hair. So in order for me to prepare for that, I'm gonna go ahead and section off the lower occipital right through here. Just go ahead and pin this up. And she does have some old curls going on here, and that's totally okay. I actually don't mind the texture because it actually helps me with my style. So I'm just gonna spray this section here. And then using a Marcel iron, I'm just gonna pick up random sections and go ahead and curl with the 1 1/4. Now for this style, I am gonna be curling away from her face on the perimeter or the exterior of my sections. And again, I'm just kind of doing this for added texture. I'm not really looking, to make these curls super perfect because a lot of this is gonna be ruched and created into a messy bun. So right in through the front, I do want to curl her with a 1-inch barrel because I do want to have a little bit more texture and a little bit more curl through the front for what I'm going to be creating on her. And I want these curls to be a little bit relaxed. So that's kind of on the ends anyway. So that's why I'm kind of leaving the ends out. And as I release the iron, I'm just kind of twisting and leaving these ends kind of straight a little bit. So that way it's not super curled. But if you want it to be, really formal and super fancy and polished, you can certainly go ahead and curl those ends. It's really just kind of up to you on the type of finish that you're looking for. I know I want something kind of soft and touchable at the end of the day, so I think curling her ends and leaving them a little bit more relaxed is going to be key. Another little tip is if you are curling with a Marcel, what I like to do just so I get a little bit more texture towards the base of her hair is I actually curl closer to the scalp first and then feed in the ends. And a lot of times that's actually better for better hold because the hair up towards the top can definitely retain a little bit more, or not retain, but it can definitely stand more heat because it's a little bit more healthier hair, and the hair on the ends is usually compromised. So, less heat is probably best for it, and it's gonna curl really easily anyway because typically the ends are damaged a little bit more or just worn. So now as I get towards the side, I'm gonna go ahead and start curling this away from the face. So the interior is not super, super important, but I know for the type of style I'm gonna do, it's all gonna be kind of combing in. So I wanna make sure that it's curled away from the face. Now that I got to this side, to the left side, I'm gonna curl with my 1-inch wand. Oops. So my sections are about 1 inch or 2 wide. So again, if you want a little bit more of a detailed, intricate looking curls in style, you can certainly take smaller sections. I'm just really looking for more of a wave and texture for this style. And I think it'll all kind of make sense when I'm all done. But again, what's the beauty of upstyling is it's all up to you on what you want to create. So everything's customizable. So take this as inspo when learning how to do this style, and definitely, you know, make it your own. Now that I'm getting more closer towards the top, you want to take into consideration how your client styles their hair naturally. So I know Yesenia loves her side part, so I'm going to go ahead and utilize that. But sometimes the style might change. Maybe they want it down the middle, but a lot of the times I like to work with how their hair naturally parts, so that way I'm not fighting against it. So I'm going to go ahead and start sectioning this off. So I know we have her part kind of created there, and I like to see how the hair just kind of naturally falls again. So I'm liking how these hairs want to be positioned towards the back. So I'm actually going to go ahead and section that front piece off. And I do like to take kind of a zigzag part just to make it so it looks a little bit more natural when I get ready to pin it back. So I'm going to go ahead and separate that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So now that I'm working in the crown area, I went ahead and sectioned off a horizontal section, and now I'm going to go ahead and curl horizontally, and I just want more of a on base curl. So I get a little bit of height, but nothing too crazy. But of course, if you want that added height, then you're gonna definitely wanna over direct, curling more towards the face and then curling it back. Okay, so now with the sides, what I'm gonna do is finish curling those with my 1-inch marcel. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and finger comb her hair and get ready to actually create the style itself. So you can see there's lots of smoothness more towards the top, and that's exactly what I wanted. And underneath I have all of this really fun texture that we're gonna be able to really kind of create that nice, fun, messy bun. So I went ahead and created a kind of a rounded section through the top with my fingers. It's more circular or maybe horseshoe shaped. So those are kind of my favorite shapes to work with when working towards the top. And I went ahead and separated the front from the back because these front pieces are going to be my last sections that I'm going to pin back. And this is usually the most important part for any of your clients because this is what they're going to see first. Now I'm going to get ready to go ahead and put this upstyle together, but I'm going to be using Kenra Professional's dry oil control spray, and I really like using this hairspray because it does have a nice little shine and it's going to help maintain a lot of the frizz as I'm working with the hair. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the top section here. And just go ahead and finger comb this section for a nice natural fall. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use an elastic. Now for a more kind of lived-in look, you can go ahead and start pulling these little hairs out, just so it looks a little bit more natural. But you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but that's another reason why I love the elastic, because it really does help kind of hold that natural separation that I created right now, and it's really not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna continue working throughout the sides, and I really want her messy bun to kind of land more on the right side. So that's really ultimately my goal. So on the left side, I'm gonna take a forward diagonal section, and I'm going to layer that right on over. So I got my section. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of the dry oil control spray, and I'm going to lightly twist right on over that elastic, and then just pull out a few hairs so that way it creates that nice texture. And if you want, you can even pull on a little cinch of hair on the end and kind of ruche that to help make it even more lived in, which is kind of like my favorite. So now I'm going to go ahead and pin that right on through the side. Now don't worry if something doesn't look quite right just yet. A lot of times I tell people to go ahead and continue working and detail later, because a lot of times we just like overthink these upstyles. So on the right side, I'm gonna go ahead and take another forward diagonal section, and I'm gonna pull this right on back. And we're gonna do the same exact thing just to get it kick-started. When you get ready to pin the second section, you want to keep in mind you want most of the style to land onto the right hand corner. So I'm not going to pin this section all the way on the left hand side. I'm just going to get it pinned a little closer to where that ponytail is at. At this point, we're just going to continue to work from left to right, until all of the hair is on one side. So again, taking that diagonal section, I'm gonna spray my dry oil control spray for the little flyaways. So you can see everything's very loose, but when I get ready to finish this and detail it, I'm gonna be using some hairpins to go ahead and place all of this where I want it to permanently live. So I'm gonna take another diagonal section here, not too far down on the bottom corner just yet. So I think I'm just gonna do that to complete it, and then we'll start the fun part. Now that I've got a lot of this top part pinned up, I want to get most of this style right on through the right hand corner here, so I can really have a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to have my model put her head down so I can really start working in through here. Use kind of a generous amount of this dry oil control spray. give me that added texture going on. We're gonna fold over this last little piece of hair right on over this style. And I'm gonna put a bobby pin right in through here. And for this one, I'm actually gonna be using a larger bobby pin just so it can give me a little bit more security. We're gonna pin it right in through there. Now this is kind of more of a fun part that I love doing. And I'm just gonna pick up about 1 inch wide sections of hair. And from this point on, I'm just gonna start ruching and pinning. So the whole idea of this is just kind of to create that nice, fun, low side messy bun. And I'm just using the direction of how the curls were created. So that's why, you know, in the beginning, I curled some away from the face, or I curled all of them away from the face. And so some are going to the right and some are going to the left. And you're just gonna take your bobby pins and kind of weave them in and out throughout those twists that you create. And usually I never open up the legs of the bobby pins because it's actually gonna give you a little bit more security that way versus if you were to open up the legs and try to shove a little bit more hair in between them. What will happen is that the bobby pin can push out and then it's not gonna give you the hold that you're looking for. So you can kind of start to see this messy bun being created here. Now that I got the entire back section all pinned up, I'm gonna go ahead and start detailing this style before I get ready to finish it off with the side sections. So I'm gonna take my hairpins, they're open hair bobby pins or open hair pins, and I'm gonna start detailing. For detailing, I actually love using volume spray from Kenra Professional because as you just saw right now, I sprayed this and it kind of freezes it in place, which is great. But then if you feel like you messed up and you need to brush through it again, it totally breaks up, which it's a very awesome, flexible hairspray. So I'm just gonna pin this exactly where I want it to live. And I'm gonna insert the hairpins going in the opposite direction of where I want it to secure. So I'm gonna enter this hairpin and bring it right back to me, and it will hold that hair in place for me. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do that anywhere I feel like just not quite loving it. So I wanna definitely freeze this little guy into place so it can hide that other bobby pin. So again, insert it in the opposite direction and bring it right back towards you. Now I'm gonna work on the left side of the hair. This is where her part is sitting, so that way I can get this hair kind of pinned up and living where it's gonna permanently be. And the very last section is gonna be on the right-hand side. So just to kind of feather a lot of these curls that I created out with my 1-inch wand, I'm just gonna spray a little bit of hairspray and just kind of finger comb these right on over. So what that's gonna do is give you, again, that really kind of lived-in type of look. You can already see with the hairspray and me just kind of finger combing it, it's starting to hold exactly where I want it to. And now from here, I can just go through and lightly pin a lot of this hair in place. And then using, again, some hairpins, I'm just gonna lightly anchor those. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the right-hand side. Just gonna break up those curls. Use my hands to break it apart as I spray. As you can see, we got Yesenia's shoulder length hair all pinned up into this really cute side low messy bun. So now she's ready for a night out on the town, a wedding, or really any special occasion. So as you saw, this upstyle is really easy to do and super customizable for you and your client, and I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. So until next time.